Steve had a life that looked picture perfect. A lovely house, a loving family, and a potentially lucrative invention. He co-created this non-spill coffee cup, which we reported on 4 years ago.
It's almost humbling to think that we've ended up where we are with this project, and something to be really proud of. And it is like, in some respect, winning the lottery. That's the realness of it's all sort of landing on your lap.
Shortly after we filmed, though, there were problems with the manufacturer, triggering the return of Steve's lifelong battle with anxiety and depression. But his family say this time he was worse than they'd ever seen him before.
Suddenly, before I knew it, we were calling ambulances out. He couldn't get out of bed. Just
he tenses right up and grasps his head, and he couldn't get out of bed.
Said there was stuff going on in his head. His behaviour has started changing.
Steve was eventually admitted to Jersey's psychiatric hospital, Orchard House, in January 2016.
When we went in, we drove him there. Meeting sat down with the two of us with the admission staff there. Lovely, but after that, there was just nothing. I mean, one day we had heard nothing from Steve whilst he was in Orchard House.
Just a few days after being admitted, Steve tried to take his own life, something the family say they weren't told.
What if he needed us or wanted us? And, you don't want them to feel that you've given up on them when they're like that. And but we were having to chase them.
Steve spent just 12 days in Orchard House before being sent home on overnight leave. The day after, he ended his life.
When I went into the bedroom that morning, he'd been up and taken his medication like he should have done. And, we left for work, and that was the last time I saw him alive. By lunchtime, he'd gone. He'd always said he didn't want to die. There was something that just switched. And without the answers, you're always going to have the questions.
An independent report into Steve's death was conducted just months after he took his own life. It found Orchard House was not responsible for his death, but it said there could have been better communication with the family, and all patients who leave should have a safety plan in place. If the health minister were sat in front of you now, what would you say to him as a family?
I would ask him to review my case, Steve's case. Those are the people that lost their lives those years. Go into them independently and have a look. See in more detail what has gone wrong. It's not just about Steve. There are other people there feeling the same as me.
I put this question to the health minister. Will you give them a serious case review, an apology?
I'm very willing to meet them, but I cannot comment on an individual case. But we want them to feel assured and have an understanding. So we will help that family if they wish us to become involved.
But even if the family obtain answers about the lead up to Steve's death, the damage to their lives has already been done.
Life's different. You've learned to cope. That's all we can do.
It's changed everything. Everything.